Hey guys, how's it going? Gigoran here, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm happy to announce that I've finished update 0.3.8, the Push Those Buttons update. This update made me really appreciate the work that goes into save systems and option menus in games. For example, on the surface of this update, it's just an options menu in the game. Yeah, no biggie, it should have been there anyway, but it was way more complicated to implement than I initially thought. I don't want to waste this devlog getting into the nitty gritty of how the system works. So without further ado, I'm just going to hop in and show you everything that's changed and what is new. Hey guys, so now we're in game. Well, we're not in game yet. I'm going to, first of all, show you this. So on your computer, inside your local.lo, there will be a Gigoran game folder and then the Miravian Crisis. If you This is where all the player data is stored. I'm going to go ahead and delete this just to show you what happens when you first launch the game. It's going to create these files. So I'm just going to put these up here for now. And I'm going to go ahead and build a new version of the game. This is the version of the game you guys will receive, which can also now be installed via an installer. Very nice. All these details will be on the devlog, of course. So let's go ahead and rebuild this. It's going to load up. Okay. So, all right, this might be a little bit too loud, so I'll get through it. When you first load into the game, you're going to be given the option to view controls or view the tutorial. So the tutorial is just so rough right now. You can see here in the message, before you learn to play the game, decide to follow me. This page is temporary. I intend to create an interactive tutorial scene. So you can click close on that. If you press escape now, let me just, there you go, sorry. If you press escape now, you can go to the options page, and now you will have access to these new settings. You may also notice that I've redone the pause screen. The old one was just horribly dated and it didn't scale very nicely, so I've rebuilt it, and I think this new system looks way prettier. Also, you'll notice that the restart and return to hold options are missing instead of grayed out. This live pause screen can say, yo, what scene am I on? If I'm at the hold, don't show these options. Very nice. So let's go ahead and change some settings. So if I can come into here, I have display settings. And inside of here, you can choose the resolution. This is based upon your monitor and stuff. So obviously you've got these settings here. These are like extra settings. It should end here. I might have to do some troubleshooting, but there you go. If you guys have any issues with this, please let me know, because I might have to rebuild what resolutions the game captures, because this is a super rough system. But the default one was adding about 3 different resolutions instead of getting rid of them. So now there should only be one of each independent resolution, if that makes sense. And you can, of course, apply the resolution by clicking apply. So there you go. There's also a full screen option. I'm just going to put it in a low resolution. If you have full screen not toggled and you apply, it's going to create a little window for you. And of course, you can play the game like this. You can still scale resolution, change VSync, change quality settings. Very nice. So I'll full screen it again, and we'll go back to this resolution. There we go, 920 by 1080. You can also disable VSync. You may hear a weird murmuring in the background. There's an audio bug, which I am currently looking into. Yeah, some users may experience this weird audio bug. Some users may not. So if you do hear this weird audio bug, please let me know. It's like a weird high-pitched whine in the background. I'm going to try ahead and debug that, but right now it only happens on my computer, not my brother's computer. So something to look out for. And then finally, we have quality settings. These are rough. I don't really know how to configure these. Like, I know how to change the settings in them, but I don't really know what the settings should be. So right now, if I go and I click apply, like this texture here goes blurry, but the game does actually use lower resolution compressed textures with different shadow cascades. Like you can see straight away here. Oh, it might be a texture bug. Somebody I gotta look into. That'll be fixed in a hotfix. So yeah, you can change your display settings now. Very nice. Right? Yeah, I think that's because it's shrinking the resolution of the texture, and there's a gray part which is outside the UV. When you shrink it, it now clips inside the UV. That could be a million and one things. I'll look into that. Sorry about that, guys. So after we've done with the display settings, we now have the sound settings. You can toggle these by hitting apply, and it's going to go ahead and create those data files, which I was talking about earlier. I'll go ahead and show them after I finish this section. So you got ambient sound. You want to turn off things in the ambient sounds. Yeah, that's really loud. Let's turn that off. You don't like your weapon sounds? Turn it off. Now your weapon won't make any sounds. We'll turn that there for now. Footsteps. So if I apply this, oh wow, you can't hear your footsteps. How nice is that? You apply it. You can hear footsteps again. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. I want you guys to tell me if this is working for you just fine. If it isn't, let me know. I will go ahead and change it. Right, let's go ahead and go to the hold. But before we go to the hold, those data files I was talking about, let's go ahead and look at those. So here we have these are the data files that the game will create. So this will remember your audio data, and this will remember your display data. If you were to delete these when you restart the game, it will reconfigure, it will recreate these files because the rest of the game depends on these files. So it has to generate them automatically. You cannot play the game without these data types, these data files. Okay, so if you guys remember, when I booted up the game, there was no, there was a tutorial that came up. That is because if the game doesn't think you've played the game before, and it does this by saying, is there a player data folder? If there's no player.data folder, it says, oh, this guy must be new to the game, or it's a new install. Let's just quickly prompt them to view the tutorial or the controls. So I will demonstrate that by going ahead, selecting, oh, there's also like a highest round here. If you don't have a score, it's going to be null for now. So when you, we'll demonstrate that later. So let's start the slaughter. You're going to go to Oak of Watchtower. I have all the sounds muted for now, and I'm on round 1. I'm going to go ahead and die. Here we go. Slap me up, please. There we go. I have died. Before I go ahead and show you the data file, you'll see there's now an option. It'll say restarting will not save your score. Please confirm if you want to proceed. So if you click confirm, it will restart the level you're on. And if you want to return to the hold, same shebang. I'm also going to demonstrate that the options settings do work in this scene. So if I go ahead, you can see that it has remembered our settings, but we're going to turn them back to 0 just to proceed with the demonstration. So I died, and it saved a score to the game. So if I now return to the hold, it's not going to prompt me with a tutorial because there is a file in here, player.data. This keeps track of all your scores, and there will be a toggle in the future if you want to, when you die, submit your score to the servers so other people can view them. Just for, you know, GDPR things like, oh, you don't want me to have your data? Go for it. The only thing the data is going to tell me is what map, what score, by which player. That's it. I don't want your personal information. I don't want your email. I don't want your phone numbers. There's no need. I don't see why so many companies are inclined in stealing your data, probably for remarketing, but I have no purpose for that. So just letting you guys know in the future, when you are giving me your data for your levels, that's all I want. I don't give a shit about you. I'm joking, of course. I love you guys. Okay, so we've loaded back into the hold. It hasn't prompted with a tutorial because it thinks we've been here before, which we have. And if we now go ahead and view the level, our high score is here. So for bragging rights, you can share these pictures online with your friends and stuff, or to me even. And there we go. That's basically this update. It seems like it should have been there anyway, but systems like these in games are actually rather complex to implement. There's a million and one ways I could have done this. There's on Unity, there is a player prefs file. I could have done it to that, but I wanted to have the game handle it only, just because you couldn't corrupt the files in any way. I just wanted it to work like this. Of course, reinstalling the game will wipe your current save, I believe, because there is because there's a save there. It's going to want you to, oh, there's a new data type. Let's add that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but if you lose your high score currently, because the last update did this, but this new update is just restructuring some data and redoing it. So I'm not going to come out of camera. I'm just going to finish the episode here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been Gigoran, and I'll see you in the next devlog. Goodbye.